Welcome back to Pups and Pilots. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're playing as Quizquiz. We're going for Quizquiz Pro Quo. New achievement with the Leviathan DLC. And all we have to do is grab Undo, which we can't quite see over here, but almost. Plan is currently to get into a war with the Bretons. Ideally, if and when the French are not willing to defend them. The English, sorry, the other French. And we might be able to do so by fabricating on them, because they had the tenacity to colonize over here. Temerity. I keep saying tenacity. Anyway, so that's a possibility. Now the thing is, as long as the English are in this, I don't see big chances of actually getting a fleet over here. Even if the English are no longer in there, there's still a problem with the fleet, because it's an army, I want a navy. The Breton navy is not... Yes, they're Breton, but it's still Brittany. Brittany, there you go. They have a heavy. Just the one. So we might be able to outflank it, but they do have that heavy, and we only have those lights. Am I building a heavy? I'm feeling like I organized a heavy boat to be built. Cock, heavy. You're a heavy. You look heavy to me. Yeah, that should be enough to beat their navy. So all that we need to do is for the Brits to be unhappy enough to join in that war, and we, I think, have to increase our colonial range a tiny bit. Although that might not be true. Now that we have Newfoundland here. Let's have a quick look at the not all that great but somewhat useful colonial map mode, if I can ever find it. It is, of course, it's economic. That makes total sense. Yes, we have the colonial range. That should mean that we have the coring range. That should mean that we can take Breton land over in Erb, which would be sweet if that would just work. Your 3 cogs, alright, you transported my colony protecting troops over here, which are no longer needed in Placentia. Oh, look at you folks trying to colonize another place. I was about to say I might want to stay here and colonize Takamkuk. But no, that's already being done. We're done Placentia, right? Yes, we are. So we attach our folks to the boat, and I think just come home. Where am I colonizing then? It's been a few days. 3, in fact, since I recorded. So my mind is not utterly on what's going on here, especially since I obviously did some recording of Genoa in between. By the way, sorry for missing a Genoa episode. That was not me failing to record, that was me failing to properly schedule once again. The whole thing with having an episode come out at noon and an episode coming out at midnight, it's confusing me in my, otherwise, I was about to say busy life. It's not like I have a super busy life, but I do have a day job that's somewhat consuming. 2 episodes a day is just a bit much for me. Don't want to state things. I have 0 out of 560 government capacity. I don't believe this. I'm going to wait a month before I do anything in that regard. Ungraceful natives, but they're handled. Now, how do we do? Howdy. Yeah, we're over government cap. As expected. Whoop-de-doo. This all looks fine-ish. Crunch those natives, as I do. I do want to keep a good eye on this war, because while I don't have my claim just yet, there's a decent chance these English will stop being interested in this war. They're being occupied and besieged, that helps. They're war exhausted a bit. If they go into debt, then I have it. The thing is, there might not be any Brittany left after this. There probably will be, though. Seems likely. And if the French are really nice, they peace out the Bretons and break the alliance to Great Britain, or to the English, I suppose. I should say. That would be great. Do you arrive with the Spanish? Suppose I do. It's the worst that could happen. Just Spain. Do I know where the Spanish are? Are they on Americas yet? I don't think so. I think I could just drive them because they are great power, and so am I, and I know where they are. I want you to be embargoed. Not because it's going to do anything for my trade, but because it's going to give me power projection. Sweet, sweet power projection. If we get that back up to 50, that would be very, very nice. Getting those extra monarchs points flowing. Especially since we're doing an idea group. We're almost done with exploration, which is good. Because we have to go back to really technology. And we also have that issue with the institution. Which might actually be, I want to say solved. But it might be helped by the fact that we have the Bretons here. And or the fact that we might be able to get over to Brittany. So when the French or somebody get the technology or the institution, then we might be able to grab it as well. I really don't want to develop it. We're not swinging mark points at all. That would be sort of a last ditch effort, last rights. What am I trying to say here? My last resort is what it's going to be. So you allied with the Iroquois, and we're not, in fact, in a truce sort of situation. The Iroquois are one province minor. You have settled, and I believe the Iroquois have also settled. They have. So honestly, I don't see much of a reason not to beat up these folks and take their trade. It's going to cost us admin, but we're okay on admin right now. Dip is our big issue. Kind of into it. How are we doing on the unrest? Kind of fine. Let's have you deal with these folks. And I do believe I have armies up here. I do. To beat the... how do we deal with you? Suppose we just march into Kanoa. And start from there. I don't think I get black flagged when I stand in neutral territory. It is tribal land, so that might confuse things, but I don't think it does. I hope it doesn't. Let's put it that way. Pisa pointed out in the comments that I have black flagging and white flagging confused, because I'm constantly weirded out by where enemies are running. And I might, but I don't actually think that's the problem. I understand that if you lose a battle and you're white flagged, you run to a predefined province and then unwhite flag, and that can even be in enemy territory. But to my understanding, what happens always, if you can, is you run to your own territory. If that is an option. If that's not an option, you don't. And then you sometimes end up in the next province, or you just run somewhere else. If you retreat automatically. And I think always when the AI does it. At least that's what it feels like to me. And it's odd that they would then keep on running into neutral territory. Now it's possible that it just feels so weird because there's a lot of unused territory out here. So a lot of non-enemy places that armies can retreat through. And maybe the rule is not actually do retreat to your own territory, but it's try not to retreat to enemy territory. And because there's a lot of neutral around here, that's why they're running all over the place. It's possible. And then my confusion with black flagging is that people tend to just randomly get black flagged in places, run into places, start getting black flagged, and then unblack flag in not their own territory. At least that's what it looked like to me. But that might just be my perception issue. But that's kind of what I was on about. Let's grab that claim. It's not much of a reason to grab more claims. How do those English feel? And war exhaustion is increasing. Good. I mean, they're fighting the French. I hope they're not doing too well. They're at +4 because they're fighting Scotland. It's unfortunate that Scotland is the primary belligerent here, because it's probably the case that the French can't cross the channel. And so the French are probably going to take all the British provinces over here, or the English. And the English are going to take all the Scottish provinces, and then the Scots are going to give up. And then the war will be over. We kind of have to hope that the English have taken enough war exhaustion by then to not care. I don't think there's anything I can do here with us being rival and all. I could try to improve relations to make them less likely to join the Bretons, but that seems extremely unlikely. Probably not worth my time here. It's probably also not worth my time to keep spying on the Bretons right now, because we can't fabricate on here yet. I should instead consider who else to fabricate on. Could go for the Abenaki. I mean, it's not... Ideally, we're attacking somebody big next. I think most of our big neighbors are my subjects, aren't they? Is there anybody left? No, we've taken all the large chunks of stuff. Now it's back to eating small chunks. Unless we want to hit Cuba. It's actually also in that Scottish-French war. Wait. Are you not a subject to the Portuguese? No, you are. Why does it not say that in here? Is that normal? Oh, no, it's the thing where if you're a colonial nation, you can... not a colonial nation. If you are a New World nation, you can attack colonial nations without punishment. Oh, bid me that spy network, please. Completely forgot about that one. It's a good one, too. So if I can just eat Cuba here, that would be very nice. I mean, they might have boats. No, they don't. They have no boats. I have the superior navy, which is funny to me. Very, very funny. I mean, I am rank 3 great power. Did we just eclipse Spain? What? Oh, they're not even on the list. No, they're on the list. Wait, how did I eclipse Spain? That's not true. That's just wrong, right? I mean, surely I didn't eclipse them. The fudge. I mean, I take that power projection, I suppose, but why, though? I suppose we insult, right? We go and scornfully insult the French. Since we have a guy. To get to 49 power protection. Huh. First of all, let's cancel that embargo to... Wait, the French? Why the French? Did they just stop being my rivals? No. Okay, this just opens something, but not a relevant thing. Okay. I should talk to not the quiz. I'm right-clicking on the Spanish. Game? Oh. They probably just formed Spain. Were they Castile before? No, they were Spain before. Right? When I arrived at them? I'm pretty sure I arrived at Spain, not Castile. I mean, I do conflate the two in my mind, but still. Let's revoke that embargo. Let's wait a month before we do any insulting. I might be able to go back on that Spanish train. The game understands that I didn't actually eclipse them. No. Weird. Now, is it worth insulting? We can get 15 power protection here, right? Yeah, 5 and 10. But they'll both drop down very, very quickly. And we get cooldowns on those. So we get a few months of extra monarch points, which is nice. But we'll also get cooldowns on the two insults. Yeah, let's try it. Hey France, you stink a lot. You know that? 10 power protection from this. At the cost of some prestige, but that's fine. Oh, I should have read that. Got reading that insult. Now, I doubt that made the Brits like me, or the English like me enough that they won't join this war. Wait, did you already peace out? You did. But you're still protected by the English. 16 occupied and besieged. Oh, they have a ton of Diplorep. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna insult these two. It's not like that it's gonna hurt me or anything. We want those monarch points for a few months. Oh, please take a while for that Scottish war. It's not looking great, but maybe we have a shot. And that would be great. I mean, I'm gonna immediately declare, no matter where my troops are. If I see the English not defending, I'm just gonna declare. And then see whatever I can do about the war. But meanwhile, we might as well declare the other war, right? Hey you, get declared upon. Could co-belligerent the heroes here. But I will not. I shall not take... Huh? Oh. People are still busy insulting others. But I have a war to declare. Come on. What is this fleet? Bunch of transports. Okay. Yeah, 10 transports. Seems like a decent number to have for our invasion of the Bretons. I mean, it's not huge. But it does seem decent. Quick check before we go. Yeah, not even remotely close. In fact, it got a lot worse than last time. Take a Sati, go, crunch, and crunch. You're gonna get away, which is slightly annoying. But not a problem at all, right? It's just annoying. Siege your stuff. Don't tell me I have all my cannons. Of course I have all my cannons up here. Of course the one thing I wouldn't bring is my cannons for the sieges. Gotta keep those busy dealing with the rebels, right? Because cannons are so good at that. You are not a siege person, are you? No, you're just goal oriented. Which is nice, but not what we need on the siege. So try your goal orientation and chase these folks out. What's this tech? Mill? Not quite. Soon. That's gonna be worth waiting for a year. Yeah, its use is gonna increase, but the penalty is gonna go away. And that's gonna be worth more. Wait, am I at war with you? Oh, you are you. Wait, did I screw up? I did. How did I move you out there? Really didn't mean to. Oh, that's a long way to go. So you take that thing, you try to chase these, and the rest do whatever you want. Keep on keeping those eyes. Oh, I don't like that occupation? Yes. Occupation of Scotland. Now, France is big. That's gonna make generating enough war score pretty tough. But 5 years after declaration of the war, the Scots are gonna be toast. And there's a good chance they're gonna be toast earlier. And there's a good chance that the Bretons will not get it, or the Brits, not the Bretons, will not get a ton of war exhaustion here. They're actually occupying French land, which is interesting to me. Oh, because Spain is in the war. I see. That's very unfortunate. It means the French are probably going to lose. And the English don't even have to use their troops for it. I mean, they might. They might be dumb enough to send troops anyway. But they could just rely on the French, and then that would be very sad, very, very sad for me. Sad day indeed. We just need them to take a lot of war exhaustion, maybe take a loan or two. And they just might not do that. Weird as they are. Am I spying on anybody? I'm not. Let's spy on the Abenaki, I suppose. I did consider that earlier. It's at least 2 provinces we can take there. I'll buy that innovativeness, probably. I should also check on my... I don't really need to check on my estates, but I will. Colony self-sustaining. Nice, nice. Preparing for the Cuban War. Now, I think we're almost done colonizing the mission provinces that we have, right? For the home region. Is there anything uncolonized here in that purple glow? I don't think so. Is it just Kaski missing? Fortunately, this doesn't give us the number. Other things sometimes give you numbers, but just having the area does not tell you anything about numbers. But I think I have everything colonized. It's just my subject's land that I don't own yet. These tribal land borders don't make it easier to see this, but I think this is fine. Okay, so we can go back to colonizing things that we think matter. I like the idea. Oh, what a great idea. Well, kinda. I was about to say I like the idea of linking up my land. But look at this, all this Powhatan tribal land here, which we might be able to take for very cheap. I'm looking for actual... Wait. Does Powhatan not exist? There are a bunch of tribal land here, but I don't actually see Powhatan themselves. Can't find them, right? Powhatan? Yeah, it just finds the province of Powhatan. Oh, that's interesting. And weird. I should probably spy on these Susquehannock people at some point. I guess I have to assume that the Powhatan, no, that's the Potawatomi. The Powhatan people don't exist anymore. Yeah, I don't think they can have moved into land I don't know about. Weird. Oh, that's Scotland there. Hello, Scotland. Occupied by the freaking English, of course, as they tend to do. Alright, if that is done... Well, the Powhatans are not an option. Ooh, Kusabu is an excellent place to colonize, I think. Because it's big. And then I want to start connecting up my land. Maybe I want to start connecting up my land now. No. Let's go and take Kusabu. Kusabu? You have no colonists? That seems like a lie. And it is a lie. Good. Game, thank you very much for that. Scott. What is this game with the Scottish and Breton colonists? I'll take the tech. Yes, I shall. I will upgrade my cannon. I will not take the one with the shock pip because that's stupid. And I should find one of my native control stacks like you and move you over into Blue. Is Pensacola completely done? They are. Let's take these folks and get them over there. Oh, I think they're just the troops I moved off from Brittany. Right. Speaking of Brittany. Hi, Dan. Was Denmark over there before? I mean, I might just have missed that they had Sutherland. Annexed by Scotland. Liberated Gaelic separatists. Discovered by Quizquiz. Became a core of Denmark in 45. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while. You. Come on, somebody besiege those Bretons. Brits, not the Bretons. Ignore the Bretons. Besiege the Brits. Beat them up. Or take their money or something. I will take this admin tech. I will take the idea group. Don't know what it's going to be just yet. Somewhat tempted by a diplomatic one, but I see that that is probably not smart. No, it must be military one. This could be admin. Is there a good admin one? I don't think administrative itself is a good choice for us. Speaking of admin, there goes my admin advisor. What do I want? I probably have a bunch of inflation, right? We took a bunch of money. Yeah. So maybe inflation reduction person? Sure, rather than unrest. We don't super care about unrest, I don't think. What is our next idea group? It's probably not going to be admin ideas. We don't have to do that ginormous of an expansion. It's probably some sort of military thing, because we do have to do that war against the French. I mean, fighting the French screams to me that I want defensive ideas, so I could somewhat counter Elan. But maybe that's just dumb. Do they have Elan yet? They probably do, right? Yeah, look at those ideas. Do we have the time for 50% shipbuilding time? Yeah, we do. It's fine. Not an issue. Oh, but we should use the time here and blockade this place. So we speed up that siege, of course. Oh, I should definitely have checked on my estates because I probably can steal land from them. No, not yet. Do I give them 2% land to gain 2 base tax and a bunch of loyalty? I think I do. Sure. Gonna make use of our land somehow, right? Now we did beat up the Iroquois, and we didn't declare on the Iroquois, so that frees me to just piece them out willy-nilly, as one does. They don't have any of this tribal land, unfortunately. So I suppose we're just, no, not vassalizing them. I have enough of those vassals now. War reps, trade power. Steer trade? Actually? Trade power is enough, I think. And then I'll grab some of that prestige. Some yeah, some dosh. Large amounts of dosh here. 5 ducats. Come on, England. Just take a loan, please. So occupied and besieged went down, so I assume the French lost some occupation in the mainland. War exhaustion is increasing, that's good. Defensive war is a problem, and that Breton diplomatic reputation. I can't slender reputation or something, right? That's not a thing I can do yet. What is it? Sabotage reputation? No, Tech 21. And it doesn't seem like my own Diplo reputation counts here, right? Don't think it says anything about that. No. And they do have Diplo reputation. I mean, I assume. That's not me, though. Give me me. Yeah, it's not a lot, but I have some. Interesting. I mean, he says, because he doesn't have anything else to say. 6 development, 6 development. This is all very, very similar, so I might as well just start with the neighboring province here. Down goes the siege. And I don't think I need to take that naval battle. I can just... it's cogs against cogs. Nothing's going to happen there. Or cogs against war canoes, I assume. Either way, nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to take your stuff. Because I like stuff. And money? Sure. Money's also stuff. Get out of my sights. And core. And land. I was about to send them back to trading, but they don't actually do trade. Speaking of, I mean, I just got that modifier where we are slower at building boats. But I don't actually have a flagship yet. Oh, I can't. 1,500 sailors. I only have 1,400. Well, guess I built 1 bark. It's probably not quite enough. Getting closer. I don't like to see that Spanish occupation in France. That's not the way I want this to go. America Spoko is also not the way we want it to go. Not at a -5, for sure. I mean, I'm checking very often here. But it's also very important. This just might make our campaign this minute. If it doesn't work, it's not like that ends our campaign or anything. I was about to say make or break our campaign, but that's not true. It's not going to break our campaign. But if we get that Breton War right now, without British interference, then that's such a huge step towards winning. That would be quite great. I mean, I should check on the British Navy, but I am almost certain we can't beat them. England. Yeah, it's 11 heavies. 24 lights. I don't think I can land. I mean, there's a chance I get to land in Brittany, come from the south, and not get caught. Especially since they might be busy with the French. But even then, I also have to fight the British troops. And which might already be in Europe. Which would be very unfortunate for my landing party. It's going to be a lot of troops too. And I would have to deal with the fact that there's a huge chunk of war score that I'm not getting. So it would be very hard to take a lot of Breton land. So I think it's just not a real possibility. Not why they have those friends. Let's finally finish our idea group. Which gives me colonial expansion, which does nothing, I believe. Yeah, should do nothing. Because the stuff we want to fabricate on is not in colonial regions. We do get a policy for settler increase, so that's kind of nice. It's not huge, but it's kind of nice. Just out of interest. Yeah, no possible province. So this does not count. Obviously, it does not count as a colonial region. Ooh, some French intrusion into the Spanish lands there. Not that that's helpful. But the war score of the English is actually not that high. So maybe? But that 5-year timer on the Scots is a big problem. Do we get to know how long this war really lasts? Is that a thing I can find out? No. Pretty sure it hasn't been 5 years yet. But the Inuit just took a bunch of land, well, at least some land from the Sioux, which is interesting. We should probably colonize Neozo here, Neozo, so we get a border to those Inuit folks over there, so we can take a bunch of land out of them. I lost a claim on Usa, Kiwaki, and Manisector, both of which are provinces in my subject, so that is fine. Come on. For once in your life, do something right and not protect. Ooh, this got a lot worse. Oh, that's not what I meant by do something right. I didn't mean take back your provinces. You need to be occupied and besieged, not the opposite. I don't know. Ideally, they die and get a cruel ruler. Henry VII. Henry VII? What's the one that has the whole... Is it the Tudors with the War of the Roses? I think so. And then the Lancasters won. I think that's how this works. I think. Oh, you even have a shared house. You wouldn't, listen to me if I tell you to not... Yeah, no. Come on, take a debt to take the institution in England. They might. It's technically possible. The AI has been doing that. I will not pay for my influence over Natishot anymore. That's fine. We do want to eat them up, but that doesn't need to be today. Then again, I could just... Nah, I probably shouldn't. I was thinking about annexing Nutshot and Kaski and then just waiting there whatever 30 years it is before I do these. But I don't have a lot of dip right now. And that just seems like a dumb idea. Portugal, white peace with the Scots. So Portugal was on the side. Don't like it. I'm gonna keep checking on this every month. Well, I'm not guaranteeing that, but there's a chance that I do. Come on, France, rally. Is there any way I get into war here without... I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Oh well, oh well. Who are we claiming on here? The Abenaki. Oh, we're also super deep into this episode. Let's make a quick claim on the Abenaki 10 development province. Yes. And then put a cut in here and hope that next episode we're going to be able to attack those Bretons. I'm not optimistic, but I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. There might be a chance to go against the Scots instead. Should consider this. Seems unlikely that the English are going to take this place. It's not fully developed yet, so I can't just declare on the Scots for a claim. I don't have a claim. But the French would not join. But they wouldn't join because of occupied and besieged. So if the war ends, they would then join. So if we want to take this out, we need to do it before they leave the war. Take the hit. War exhaustion, stab, and a bunch of aggressive expansion, which luckily doesn't matter. Because it seems to only hit people in the area here. Now we could be in war against Scotland. Scotland, who probably doesn't have a fleet anymore. They do not. Is that a secondary out? What does it do for me to have Scotland? Or land in Scotland? It makes the English scaredy. It does get us into Europe, but it doesn't give us any extra colonial range or anything. Yeah, I don't think it actually helps with landing troops in Brittany or anything. It's probably not worth it. But I consider it for next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and if you have anything at all to say, then feel free to do so in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and see you folks next time.